I became a tutor because I've always enjoyed teaching. Even for activities where I would do them for enjoyment, I'd end up becoming a teacher of them by the end of it. Sailing, swimming, I did those for a long time, long before I started teaching academic material. And becoming a tutor just seemed like a natural follow-up to that progression. My favorite thing about working with Tutor Doctor is, I like to call them aha moments. It's where a student was confused about some concept and I can reframe it in a way or provide some additional detail, and you can just see on their face that they suddenly understand what's going on. Their eyes light up or they get a big smile, and what they didn't understand before, it suddenly makes sense to them. And it's really great getting to be a part of that moment, so I do it for that. One of the students I've worked with has a lot of difficulties related to self-confidence and test anxiety. She's extremely bright, but she has some educational challenges, like being a very auditory-focused learner, having a lot of trouble with visual presentation, which means that in the classroom where everything is done on the board, it goes over her head a lot of the time. So we end up working together to try and find ways to reframe the information in a way that fits her learning style better. And that way she can build that self-confidence back up. She's not as scared of writing tests as she used to be. She doesn't freeze up the way that she did before. Because this student is such an auditory learner, it really challenged me to change the way I present material, because I'm a fairly visual person. I find it really easy to visualize concepts and create mental maps, things of that nature. And when I try and communicate that to my student, it would not work for her at all. It just was a complete disconnect in the way I learned versus the way she learned. So I had to really take a few steps back and try and figure out other ways of getting the information across to her. Even if they didn't feel intuitive to me, that's not the important part. They had to feel intuitive to her. Since I started working with this student, there have been a lot of improvements. Her marks have gone up. She's got an honors in her biology class now, and her physics mark improved by around 20%. But more than that, I think that her confidence has improved a lot. She doesn't come into our sessions feeling nervous or upset about the material. She's excited to learn it. And we've also spent a lot of time specifically on test-taking strategies so that the day before a test, she's not a nervous wreck the way she used to be. She knows strategies she can use to calm down and feel good going into the test.